It's a three-pronged plan. First, keep existing shelters open and safe. 2, get motel rooms for populations who are most at risk or vulnerable but don't have COVID-19 or symptoms. And third, get those who have tested positive for the virus or who are waiting for test results into medical trailers. But what's taking so long?
This is really an important part of my job.
Sacramento Mayor Darrell Steinberg held a Facebook Live conversation with the CEO Sacramento Steps Forward, a nonprofit working to end homelessness.
I believe we should leave none of these beds or none of these rooms unused during this period.
But Steinberg says it's not that simple. State and federal funds cover much of the $15.1 million effort to limit the spread of COVID-19 in the city and county's homeless communities. There are certain criteria that must be met before someone can stay in one of the 990 new temporary beds.
We're continuing to see that as we expand our categories for who we're serving, we're seeing the increases in our of who we're bringing in to be sheltered.
Since the program started, only 3 people have used these medical trailers we first showed you earlier this month.
The trailers that we have at Cal Expo are largely to serve folks who have been tested and have been determined to be positive, or they're still waiting a test to confirm what their situation is.
Tonight, we've learned people staying at shelters in the city and county are now being tested for the virus. Those who test positive could then be moved into one of the trailers.
The idea is that we need to have medically isolated places in the event that we do see an increase in the number of people who are testing positive or who are under investigation.
But what about the 850 motel rooms? Only 125 people have used those since the program started.
For people who are symptomatic, who are over 55, or have pre-existing chronic health conditions. And so those are the eligibility criteria for who we are serving now.
Officials say if space is available, they'll start opening more rooms and beds to those less vulnerable. Emily Maha, KCRA 3 News.